guys. It's our yes. You read it right yesterday. Or if you didn't see my post yesterday, this is officially our last free training Friday. Yes, it's true. It really is true. Come in and say hello. If you're on this part of the video, you're a replay watcher, unless you're like Jennifer, who's like lightning fast. Say hey when you are popping on. I'm going to say something in the comments so I can get my comments to pop up. Wow, you guys, like, I have so much to share. Good morning, Cynthia. Hey, you guys, come in and say hey. Like, this, if what I'm going to share with you and talk to you about today doesn't inspire you to make a move on, I know there's some of you, if not every single one of you, that have an idea in your head, but you just keep thinking about it. How many? Literally, tell me in the comments. How many of you guys have an idea of something you want to do, but that's all it is? It's just an idea. Put idea down in the comments. I actually want to see how many, because that's me. Like, I always have ideas, like all the time. It's like idea. Okay, Cynthia has an idea. Who else has an idea? Melissa has an idea. I feel like the whole comment section is going to be like idea. And I hope this inspires you. I know it will. I hope to God it will. If it doesn't inspire you to make a move on your idea, nothing will. I don't think anything will. Come and say hey, you guys. So if you're brand new to me, you're probably like, I have no clue what you're talking about. Every single Friday, I am here live on my Facebook, and I do free training Fridays for my peeps, okay? For my people, my network audience, I do free training Fridays. I've been in the online sales space and doing online businesses, growing online businesses for like 9 years now. Like, I'm getting really old. And I have failed so many times, right? I feel like we need to talk about failures. I failed so many times, but that is what has made me the coach, mentor that I am today, because of failures, okay? And I'm not perfect. I will never, ever be perfect. I'm so far from perfect. But I've gained so much wisdom from being online, growing businesses, helping now. You guys, like, it was pretty crazy for me to type this out yesterday. Thousands of women grow businesses. Not even hundreds now. It's thousands over these 9 years, which is insane to me. So I have a huge announcement. How many of you guys already know what it is? So if you're on my email list, I sent out the email yesterday evening, and a couple of people have already shared it in their stories, and I received messages that have been so just nice and crazy to read. I can't believe that I actually did it. Like, I really can't believe I actually did it. So yes, this is going to be our very last free training Friday here on Facebook, okay? I made that post yesterday, and we had some peeps freaking out. They were like, what? Like, I'll miss your trainings and stuff. And I literally, in the comments, I was like, don't freak out. Like, I have something better coming, okay? I started a podcast. You guys. I have no clue what I'm doing. Literally. My very first episode is up. My podcast was approved by Apple, all of the different places. I should have pinned the comment here in the comment section, but thank you, Ashley. I'll do it after this video. I will put my podcast here in the comments. You literally just click on the link and then go subscribe to it from wherever you usually stream your podcast from. Okay, so I am so pumped. It's called Let's Go. And if you know me, you know that that's a phrase that I use all the time, especially in business. Well, all the time in business and with my team and people I coach and mentor. I'm always like, let's go, like fist bump. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go, like, let's go. And when I was thinking about podcast name, I was like, let's go. So it's literally called Let's Go with Ashley Will. You can find it on whatever app you stream your podcast from, but I will put the link so you can easily find it in the comments. You guys, I am so excited. This is a free resource for you guys. Like, I am going to be sharing everything that I've learned over the past 9 years, okay? So it's going to be business tips and strategies and mindset and real human stuff. Like, we're all just trying to navigate here, right? In our business and on social media. 2 things you can count on me for and in the podcast. Authenticity, I'm going to keep it real. And you guys already know, especially if you've been longtime followers, I shoot it to you straight and I tell you a lot of things that a lot of leaders won't tell you, and I do things a lot differently, okay? And it works. So I'm going to be sharing like real stuff, all right, in the podcast. A lot of stuff. I'm going to be talking even more openly there than probably things that you haven't even heard me talk about here on Facebook. So you can count on the authenticity, okay? Real stuff, and me always growing and evolving. Okay, so something that I like to say is, if I'm learning, you're learning. So that's the second thing that you can absolutely count on for me in the podcast is growth, evolving, and learning. Okay, because I'm always growing, evolving, and learning. Yay! Thank you so much, Rita. So how many of you guys have already listened to the first episode? Here's what and I don't come on here and ask for a lot, okay? But I am asking for some favors today and Free Training Friday, all right? Please go and subscribe to my podcast wherever you stream yours from, and, okay, leave me a review, okay? Please leave me a review because I have to have so many reviews for it to pop up, especially, well, on Spotify too and Apple, for it to pop up a rating for me. I think I have to have like 10. And this is hilarious. I had somebody messaged me this morning. She was like, I left a review on your podcast. She told me last night. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And this morning she was like, do you have 10 reviews yet so you can see them? And I said, I have no idea. I said, I don't even know how to see my reviews. You guys, like, I literally don't even know how to read my reviews yet, where to find them. I talk about starting something before you're ready. That is the theme here today for Free Training Friday. Talk about starting small, okay, with what you have. I don't have professional equipment. I don't have a professional podcast room at my house. I don't even know where to read my reviews at, but please go leave one because I'm going to figure it out, okay? Thank you, Rita. Yes, please go and leave me a review wherever you guys stream yours from. What else did I want to say? Oh, and something else that will help tremendously. I would greatly appreciate it if you would snap a screenshot, okay, wherever you listen to my podcast at, snap a screenshot and share it in your stories, either on Facebook or Instagram, and tag me in it. That is going to help my efforts in getting the word out and helping more women, right, become financially independent through growing their businesses. That's what this is about, reaching more women, okay? And that is a huge reason why I wanted to start my podcast too. So if you could take a screenshot, share it to your Instagram stories or your Facebook stories or both, all the places, and tag me in it so I can reshare it, because I already had like 3 or 4 people do it last night, but I didn't want to reshare it in my stories yet before I officially announced here to you guys. So I'm going to go do that after this video before your stories expire. And I love resharing. I love resharing those on my stories. Like, I love it. But couldn't tag you. Jennifer, are we friends on Facebook? If you do it on Instagram, do you have Instagram? You can do it on Instagram too and tag me. On Instagram, I'm at just the Ashley Will. And then we may have to be friends on Facebook to tag me. I don't know. Okay. So how many of you guys have listened to the first episode yet? Tell me what you think in the comments. The first episode was really about how I got here. That's literally was the title of it, How I Got Here, and it was about my story. So it was really fun to record. I have so many topic ideas planned for the podcast. I have so many topic ideas in here. I could literally throw out a podcast probably every day, but they're going to be weekly. So every Friday there will be a brand new episode dropping. Like I said, filled with business strategy tips that actually work, not like fluff stuff. Like, these are going to be things that you can take and implement into your business, you guys. I know what works. I know what works, and I know what doesn't work and that won't serve you. So my whole goal is to collapse time for you, so it doesn't take you 9 years to figure it out, right? Like, you can collapse time and get your businesses going quicker, faster, okay? You love the first episode. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Okay, I will accept your friend request. Oh, another thing. Drop here in the comments ideas that you would like to hear a topic around. So drop in the comments podcast topic ideas, because I do want to deliver. Like, I have a lot of ideas up here, but your ideas may be different than my ideas, right? And they probably will be. So I do want to record episodes on things that you need help with, things that you need support around. Okay, so drop some topic ideas in the comments. I'm going to be working through those as well. And you guys, like, literally, so here's the thing. Like, less than a month ago, probably like 3 weeks ago, like, I've always kind of like, I had this thought in my head. I'm like, because I'm like, who all listens to podcasts? I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts all the time. That's where I do my personal development. I listen to all kinds of podcasts almost every single day, right? That's how I really grow and learn and evolve. Actually, let's back it up. That's not how you grow and evolve, okay? I have a post playing for this. How you grow and evolve is taking action on what you learn, right? We talked about that before. Don't just listen to podcasts like day after day and do nothing, okay? Take what you learn and step foot out into the arena. That's where you really grow and evolve, okay, you guys? So take this experience that I'm going through right now. I literally 3 weeks ago, I was like, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was always like podcasts would be cool, like, because I always listen to podcasts, and I would love a concrete place where I can just produce my own content and be super just open, and which I pretty much am here on Facebook anyways, but I just wanted to. And then 2 weeks ago, it like hit me like a ton of bricks, and it was literally like, God, hey, make your move. Now's the time. Start a podcast. Because always before I was like, I don't really, I'm not going to do. I don't want to start one. And then 2 weeks ago, it was literally clear as day clarity, like, start a podcast. And so last week, you guys, this is how fast things can happen if you actually put in the work and you take a step out into the arena on your idea, okay? I don't have professional equipment. I don't have a professional podcast room. I don't even know where to read my reviews at. I barely got it uploaded, okay? Like, I don't have a podcast team, all right? I don't have a production team. I don't have someone who edits the videos for me. I am doing it all through learning from Google and YouTube, okay? Like, I literally went to Google and YouTube. I was like, surely I can figure this out. I know probably 10% of what goes into a podcast production, and guess what? I have a podcast and my first episode's up, and I know 10%, okay? So I really wanted to come here and share this with you guys, because I have no clue what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing as far as growing businesses and coaching and mentoring women on, you know, exactly what they can do to grow their business. But as far as podcasts, I have no clue what I'm doing. Y'all, like, literally, I don't even know where to read my reviews at. Like, I'm going to figure it out, right? I'm going to figure it out. I just figured out this morning how to even see how many downloads, which there are already have 40 downloads on the podcast, which is pretty cool. I just figured that out this morning. So let that be proof that you don't have to be an expert at something. You don't have to have it all figured out. And that's a vice of mine. Like, that's what's always kept me held back in the past, is because I've always thought and gotten in my head, I'm like, I have to have this all figured out and all planned out and all the details and know exactly what I'm doing before I can feel comfortable and confident in showing up, right? And like 2 weeks ago when I thought about a podcast, I literally started researching it, and you guys, like, don't get caught in this trap either, because I started looking it up online, and there were like crazy stuff, like crazy information out there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, look at this mic I have to get, and like all this crazy stuff. Like, be careful what you're reading online and who you're taking advice from and tips from, because the stuff I was seeing isn't actually, like, you don't really need all that stuff to start. Okay, so the same with your idea too. Like, that's why you have to use discernment, and you really need to take in information as how it pertains to you. Just because something says something, okay, it doesn't mean it's fact. Okay, take it and use discernment for yourself. Okay, for yourself. Because if I would have read everything that was on Google, no way would I have started a podcast. It was like so overwhelming. I thought, I can't do this. I literally like turned my phone off. I was like, no way, I'm not starting a podcast. This is way too complicated. I can't do all this editing and like audio files, and what the heck is an MP4, and like, it literally, I was like, I can't do it. And then the next day I was like, okay, I can do it. I can do it. Just because these people do it this way doesn't mean that I have to start off professional and with a podcast team and all this equipment and like crazy stuff. Like, doesn't mean I mean, as long as the audio is okay, I think I can put it out. I think I can do it. And I just started playing around with it. Literally, you guys. Like, I talk to people all the time. I'll give like advice around Canva. How many of you guys use Canva for your business? And people are like, I'm not techie. Like, I can't do tech stuff. I can't like create a graphic. And I'm like, I'm really going to say this, but I used to say, like, I am the less technical person ever. I hate techie stuff. Like, it makes my brain explode and like swell, and I shut down. I can't do it. But if I can figure out Canva and how to make graphics, like, this is what I did on Canva. I got on and I started pressing random buttons to see what they did. I was like, what's this do? What's this do? What color does this make this? Oh, what does this do? Like, for a couple hours. Okay, your first graphic isn't going to be done in 30 seconds and look amazing. Your first graphic's going to look like a kindergartner did it, and it'll probably take you 2 hours. It's the name of the game, okay? It's the name of the game. And same with me starting a podcast. I was like, well, I mean, I'm just going to start small with what I have, and I trust and have faith. God gave me this idea that He'll see me through. Because I know for myself, once I start something, I'll stay consistent with it. Like Free Training Fridays. I show up every Friday here with you guys, right? Same with the podcast. I was like, once I'm all in, I will be and remain all in. Because I know, and I'm good at giving you guys tips and advice and content and things like that. I'm not good at the technical side and figuring out the production and stuff like that. And who knows, maybe I will hire a management team and what's it even called? A production team, an editing team, whatever. Okay, maybe I will in the future. But right now, I'm not at that point. But I'm still doing it. Okay, so my whole point in coming here and sharing this like behind the scenes stuff, if I have no clue what I'm doing, is to inspire you to take your idea. Start with like 2 steps ahead of you, and make your move on those 2 steps. Okay, put your blinders on and block out everything else. If I went and Googled like how to start a podcast, there's like 50 steps, and I looked at everything, I shut down. I could only focus on the 2 steps. So if you're like me, Do it like that. Okay, whatever your idea is, focus on the next step or two. Okay, and then that is what is going to build your momentum. And then what happens when you get these small wins? That builds your confidence. And then your confidence is what is going to keep pushing you to show up and keep moving on that idea that you have, okay? You have no idea, you guys, how many people are just waiting on you to make a move on your idea. Like the people that you could impact and touch on that idea that you're just keeping up here. Even if you think it's like the dumbest idea ever, like stupid idea, you can't do it, you don't have the resources, you can figure it out. I love that saying, everything is figure outable. It truly, truly is. But don't let the how do I figure it out consume you and shut you down. Okay, because that's what used to happen to me. Okay, and it keeps you held back into really small spaces and into boxes, and you're not going to impact anyone staying in your small box. Okay. All right, you guys, that was my spiel for today. This is officially my last Free Training Friday here on Facebook, but catch me on the podcast every Friday. See, I like even just saying that. Isn't that cool? Catch me on the podcast every Friday. New episode will be released. See, I don't even know the lingo for podcasts. Every Friday a new episode will drop, okay? So yeah, that's it. I'm super excited. Please go subscribe. Please leave me a review. I will drop my podcast link here in the comments. Please leave me a review. I'm trying to get to 10 reviews because then it'll like pop up on my podcast, my rating. And then subscribe and then give my first episode a listen. Because like, yeah, do I want people to subscribe and like leave me reviews? Like, yeah, like who wouldn't? But I also want to really add value and impact you guys in your businesses. And we're going to talk mindset and a lot of really cool things that I have planned and to come for the podcast. So again, it's called Let's Go with Ashley Will Podcast. Follow me on wherever you stream your podcast from. I will leave the link down here in the comments, and take a screenshot and share it to your stories and tag me in it because I love to reshare them, and then that will help me be able to impact more women in growing your businesses. This is a free resource, you guys. Not going to cost you a penny, okay? All right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for the messages and support, and I appreciate you guys so much. Bye.